Yo, what's up guys, AFC Dino here and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to show you guys the first part of our road to top 100 season 10. I had this new team. This was from a few days ago. But I decided to delay the road to top 10, or basically pause the road to top 100 because of a new update. Basically adding new hidden abilities and the assault vest item. So I'm not sure if this team is still viable. We still gotta wait. But yeah, I still want to show you guys the progress. This was basically me seriously trying to climb with the team. And I was playing this team, it worked really well, but I wasn't really satisfied with the team, honestly. But I'm still deciding to show you guys the progress. This is like a 2-hour recording, so I'm not gonna show every battle. But I'm just gonna show you guys a few battle and show them in parts. I think we got up to 600 rating at this point. After this point, then we stopped to continue it later on. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep this under 30 minutes. So yeah, this is basically me narrating what happened. But I was standing here, and as you guys can see, before I started, I did go 4-1 with another team. Basically me playing. I wasn't even thinking about doing the road at that time. So I basically started at 528. But it was still early in the season. So as you guys can see, the 100 is like 700 rating, but by the time I get there, it was definitely hot. It will definitely be higher. And like I said, it's early in the season, so we're just gonna climb a bit. So I entered queue here, and we're at 528, so we need a couple of games. But yeah, gonna skip ahead here. So let's see, this game, I think my Toxic Croc went kind of ham, but I think we can show this one. This happened a while back, but yeah, I was afraid of him leading Rotom and tricking me. So I probably lead Gliscor or Blissey. One of the two. I obviously cannot afford Blissey taking the trick, because otherwise Volcarona will kind of destroy me. And he does end up leading up with the Rotom there. So I did lead up with Blissey, so I think I decided to let him trick my Gligar. Because he cannot kill my Gligar, right? There's no way I'm staying in. Like, I need to scout for the trick. And I decided Gligar... If I had to let something get tricked, I think Gligar is the best one. And my opponent did indeed go for the trick. So now my Blissey is free to come in on this Rotom every time. And yeah, we are running Toxic Seismic though, so we definitely beat this 1v1. Here... I don't know if I hard switch or go Bliss. I did hard switch. Not sure why I didn't U-turn, because I did have the Voice Carb, so I could have U-turned there too. But he goes for Hydro Pump. You guys don't see leftovers. I'm not gonna reveal it yet. What it is. I will probably leave a Pokepaste on Patreon anyway. But I get up my rocks there as he goes into his Scarm. And if he wants to trade Hazards, it's gonna suck for him, so I'm just gonna go straight into Weezing, because he has a Volcarona. So he eventually needs to defog for himself, but yeah, the Skarmory ended up being defog. And later on the Rotom ended up being defog as well, which was kind of strange, but I still go for the Toxic Spikes here as Garchomp comes out. I do have an Umbreon for this. This Umbreon is supposed to take on these Garchomps, so go straight into the Umbreon. And just looking at my Toxicroak and looking at his team, I get up Hazards and get Toxicroak in. I do a lot of damage. He reveals Stone Edge with Life Orb. And that's really nice because he's chipping down himself. I just go for Wish here, so I can get a free switch on something next time. And my opponent decides to go into the Rotom. So at this point I didn't know he had defog yet, so I just made a play. Let's see, maybe I go into Toxicroak here. So I can always heal bell his shit later on. Like if he volt switches, doesn't really matter. Because if he brings in the guard jump, he's gonna get poisoned. Or I bring in Wheezing in case he wants to volt switch into Skarmory. Yeah. Yeah, this Rotom ended up being Defog as well. So it was running Skarmory Defog and Rotom Defog. So double Defog. I wasn't sure if Skarmory was a Stealth Rock or Garchomp. But here, I don't want to take the damage necessarily. Because if I set up Toxic Spikes, he's just going to defog them again. So I bring in the Blissey. Getting more chip on this as he went for the Hydro Pump. And I'm just going to go for Stealth Rock again. He doesn't really have anything on his team that really punishes my Blissey. So I Stealth Rock. Because I can always go Umbreon on Garchomp. And if Skarmory comes in, I can Soft Boil up if I really want to. Not sure what my opponent wants to do in this case though. No, I kind of forgot what he wanted to bring in. He goes straight into Volcarona. As I get on my rocks, I think I tried to Toxic him here, but he ended up being Substitute. So he really wanted to try to 1v1 me, but this is why we're in Seismic Toes, because Seismic Toes Toxic basically beats any Volcarona set unless it's Rest or Safeguard. But he already revealed Substitute, so I assume he doesn't have Roost. So that way I can just Seismic Toes spam him. And we are especially defensive on this Blissey. So it won't be easy for him to knock me out. I just spam Seismic Toes, I don't want him behind the sub. Because with 3 more, I will knock him out. It does suck that we don't have leftovers. He does try to Quiver Dance up here. And 2 more Seismic Toes and I knock him out, so that's why I just keep attacking. If I trade Blissey for Volcarona, that's completely fine. Because then I think I can win with Toxicroak plus Weavile. He goes for the Furions, gets the special attack boost, but as long as he doesn't crit me, I don't die. Unfortunately, he gets the Flame Body on me, which sucks. I should still be outside of kill range, and like I said, if I trade here, I completely take this trade. So, and there, leftovers there would be really nice, but I have another item which is kind of needed on this team, and I might reveal it later on. But I go for my Seismic Toes, and we get a double down here. And I think I go Toxicroak here because he's definitely looking to go for the defog on something. And he goes into Skarmory. And this is where my Toxicroak set come in. Because I will 2-hit KO this Skarmory. I go straight for the Brave Bird there. I know I'm most likely faster. Because if he defogs, I 2-hit KO him. If he Brave Birds me, he won't be able to defog because I can revenge kill him with my Weavile. I get my close combat off. And he defogs, so he gets rid of my rocks, but what is he bringing into close combat now? Because even a defensive Togekiss is gonna get 2-hit KO, so I close combat again. If he goes Rotom, I 2-hit KO Rotom, so he decides to get rid of the Skarmory. Which means now, Nice Slash from Weavile is looking pretty decent as well. But now Togekiss comes in, and here I decide to sack my Gligar, most likely. Here was a scary thing though, because this Togekiss actually ended up being Choice Scarf, and I really hate it. Like, he's gonna try to flinch down this. He gets it, and I'm gonna die on the next one. I decided to bring in Weavile, and the moment I saw it was Scarfed. It was kind of annoying. So, like, he air slashes and flinches me, and I had no other player. I needed to Icicle Spear, so I had to hope that he didn't flinch me, and he didn't. So I knocked out the Togekiss. That crit obviously didn't matter. So he dies, and I still have my Weavile alive. Rotom is the one that ends up coming in though. And I still have my Umbreon, which kind of takes on his team. We now know that Rotom has Trick and Defog, Volt Switch and Hydro. So he cannot beat my Umbreon, basically. He doesn't have Toxic or anything. And only thing, Blissey can only Toxic me. He decides to go Garchomp here. And I can just go straight for the Wish. I'm outside of 2-hit KO range with my leftovers. Obviously I should have protected there, but I felt like, does he really want to take a foul play? Exactly, so he swapped into the Rotom and I get free damage off because he doesn't have Pain Split on this Rotom. So every bit of chip I get on this guy, look at how much I do. Every bit of chip is just gonna matter much. And my goal here basically is to get the Wish into my Toxicroak, because if I get my Toxicroak in against Blissey or Rotom, I basically get a free kill. Especially since that Foul Play did a lot to the Rotom, so with this damage, he's definitely gonna die to my Toxicroak. I think I just Foul Play here. This forces him to go Blissey. Because he's 100% gonna Volt Switch here. Because he doesn't beat me 1v1. And I already got my Wish off. But my Toxicroak is most likely gonna die to Volt Switch if I switch it in. That's why I cannot go hard Toxicroak on this. But I know I can go straight into Toxicroak on Blissey. So I just Wish here, and if he ever decides to click Toxic on me, I can get my Toxicroak in for free and basically claim a kill. Because the Garchomp is on the timer. He decides to go for Teleport, and it's basically the same thing. I'm gonna Foul Play. Like I was skulking though, if my Toxicroak would live Volt Switch, but I felt like my Foul Play did way too much, so this must have been an offensive Rotom. And if it's an offensive Rotom, my Toxicroak could die. And he went for the Hydro here, and this is like perfect, because I get my Foul Play damage off. I crit him as well. Crit is really nice because, like I said, he doesn't have Pain Splits. And now I get my Wish off, because he cannot Volt Switch into Garchomp. If he takes a Foul Play there, he's screwed, so he has to go Blissey. And because I go for Wish now, like I said, I can go directly into the Toxicroak. And it doesn't matter if he goes into Garchomp now. Like, it doesn't matter if he doubles here, because I get the healing on my Toxicroak. And he decides to go for Wish himself. But I have a Life Orb Close Combat waiting for him. I guess he can go directly into Garchomp. I could have predicted it with Ice Punch. But it doesn't matter. The goal was to heal Toxicroak, and the next time I get in my Toxicroak on Blissey, I can claim a guaranteed kill. So I just go for Close Combat anyway. I always have the chance of critting the Garchomp as well. So I just Close Combat. He decides to predict predict me thinking that he would switch, and Blissey dies, and at this point, Umbreon just wins. So he decides to bring in the Garchomp. I just go Weezing. Doesn't matter if he clicks Substitute. I have a Weavile with Icicle Spear. But Weezing is kind of useless in this situation. Because Toxicroak can still get a Close Combat up on Rotom from this amount of HP. So he just goes for Earthquake. Like I don't go directly into Umbreon in case he does 2-hit KO me. And he's taking Life Orb Chip. I'm just gonna go for Toxic Spikes. He's gonna kill me anyway. And now I just go into Weavile. And all I need is the Night Slash damage up on this, because he's gonna die to Life Orb soon. So I go into Weavile. I'm not gonna predict Rotom. I'm not gonna predict anything. I'm just clicking Night Slash. Because the damage on Garchomp is nice, and otherwise Rotom dies. He does decide to bring in the Rotom. And he's definitely gonna die. And now I'm just gonna stay in it against the Garchomp in case he runs Stealth Rock. Because he could still be Stealth Rock. We only saw Stone Edge and Earthquake. I just Night Slash here, and then my Umbreon will be able to wall him. He goes for Flamethrower. And yeah, he has one more hit left. I should have gone Toxicroak here over Umbreon in case he was running something funky. Because then he would have died to his Life Orb anyway. But it didn't really matter. Foul Play would still 2-hit KO the guy. And yeah, I knock him out basically. And we win the first game with this team. I was queuing up again, and yeah, like I said, we're now 5-3. So we got like 10 points from that guy in the beginning. And yeah, the top 100 is still the same. So I'm gonna skip it ahead. So next game, we're playing against the Funky Sun team. I don't want to go too in-depth on this one. I think... Let's see. Let me actually check out who I led off with. I think it's going to be Gligar. Gligar or Blissey is my lead. Blissey has Stealth Rock, so that can be something. But he could lead with Darmanitan, so that's why I think Gligar is probably my lead. Yeah. And my goal is basically to get up with rocks, because I can easily pressure the Torkoal. I went for the U-turn, he stayed in. I didn't want to click Earthquake, because if he goes Charizard and Solar Power, I basically lose a Pokemon. I go for the U-turn, get in my Blissey. If he wants to get up with rocks, he will just do the same. But my opponent went for the Will-O-Wisp. Kind of strange. I had Heal Bell on my team anyway, so I wouldn't mind too much, but I go for Stealth Rock here because he can Rapid Spin obviously, but I have Toxic, so in the end I will get up my rocks versus him. And he goes directly into Darmanitan, so I had to switch into this guy, and like I said, I have no real fire resist on my team, like 0. So what I decided to do is bring in my Umbreon first. I think I kind of wanted to keep Weezing for the Sawsbuck. And he goes for Flare Blitz. Was kind of to be expected, but I just wanted him to take the recoil. But I needed more recoil on him so I can knock him out with my Ice Shard. I think I go into Weezing now. And yeah, 2 of my Pokemon get heavily damaged. But my thought process here was Weezing can still Pain Split once the Chansey comes in. But yeah, I was thinking, like... Because if I let Umbreon die, this is Scarf damage. If he was Choice Banded, I felt like he would have done way more damage. If it was Choice Band, I would have probably died. I go into my Weezing. And I get the Rocky Helmet damage I need. This is basically damage I wanted on him. And here I had to decide. Because like I said, I want to keep Weezing. Also put a Rocky Helmet on the Sawsbuck, because Sawsbuck has Chlorophyll as well. But I don't knock him out with Ice Shard from full. So I want to keep the Rocky Helmet option. We got Darmanitan pretty much weakened. He should be in Ice Shard range from here. I actually went for Toxic Spikes as he switched out. Okay. Luckily he swapped. But yeah, he could be going for Defog here if he has it. I cannot let Weezing die. I need the Rocky Helmet, so I decided to swap into my own Gligar. My Gligar should be slower than him, so I should be getting the slow U-turn. And let's see. So my opponent did go for the Defog. Going for Pain Split there was way too risky for me. Like I said, I need the Rocky Helmet still, so I U-turn. I guess I wanted to get rid of Darmanitan. I could have still U-turned on the Sawsbuck into Weavile actually, so I get why I would sack, because I cannot switch into Darmanitan anymore anyway. He goes for Roost as I get my U-turn off. But that's pretty good. And he ended up being Rocky Helmet, of course. I get in my Blissey. Roost, Defog. I don't expect a taunt necessarily. So I go for Toxic here. It kind of hits his whole team, except Chansey, but then I just get out my rocks and we will basically be where we were. And he does end up going into the Chansey. And this is still damage on Chansey. His sun is gone, so he might bring in the Torkoal next turn. But I'm still clicking Stealth Rock. And he might go for Teleport or his own rocks. He did go for Teleport, so I get Stealth Rock damage up on something that is really nice. He went into Torkoal here. And like I said, he's probably looking to spin on this or something. But he's using Will-O-Wisp, so he's not Yawn. So I just go for Toxic here. The moment this is gone, I can easily win. Goes for a Rapid Spin, and I did expect something like Darmanitan coming in on to me, but like I said, I just want my rocks up at this point, because next time I can just spam Stealth Rock on this Torkoal. And Torkoal has to come in on rocks again while being poisoned. But yeah, here is the Sawsbuck. And yeah, so I believe Sawsbuck gets Swords Dance. He just reset the sun, so he has a lot of sun turns. Like Ice Shard is not a kill. If I calc it now, I think it's like a 70 to 80% chance or something to knock him out. So I go into my Weezing, and this is why I wanted to keep my Rocky Helmet, because he does indeed Swords Dance. Yeah, it's an 80 to 90% chance to knock him out basically, and 85. I didn't get rocks damage on him, so it was really unlikely that I would knock him out there. So I needed the Rocky Helmet damage up, and then the Ice Shard. This guy has Horn Leech as well, and is most likely running Life Orb. Like, this thing was a threat. My opponent took his time, but I'm pretty sure I died to a Life Orb Horn Leech from here. I believe he crit me here, but I'm pretty sure I still died to a Life Orb +2 Horn Leech. Pretty sure. See if I can make some progress. He took his time. Painted. I kind of want to see what he clicked. Yeah, it does go for Horn Leech. And Weezing is obviously gonna die. He did crit me, but I don't think that crit mattered. But yeah, the Rocky Helmet plus Life Orb ensures that he's gonna die to my Ice Shard from Weavile. So this is where I brought in Weavile. I'm not gonna overpredict there. Torkoal is poison, comes in on rocks. Darmanitan is gonna die. I just need to force this out. Like, this thing is a threat. I'm not gonna click Pursue there. This thing needs... He's at +2. He's with the sun up. Like, if I'm gonna predict him switching and he doesn't switch, I'll instantly lose the game. But Ice Shard and he switches, I'm still in the game. But that's why I decided to Ice Shard there. And... my opponent decided to stay, and he's obviously gonna die. And from here on, I felt pretty comfortable, because Darmanitan is super low. Torkoal comes in on rocks and is poisoned. But Torkoal does end up coming in, and I'm pretty sure he's looking to Rapid Spin as well on this. I go into Blissey. I can still sack my Umbreon on Darmanitan. But if he Rapid Spin, I'm just gonna click Stealth Rock again. I don't need to predict Darmanitan coming in. Like I said, I just sack Umbreon. He did Rapid Spin there. I'm just skipping ahead because of the time. Instead, my opponent decided to go Charizard here. But I got my rocks up, and I think I just stay into Toxicum here. The Sunlight faded as well, so I wasn't really fearing anything like Focus Blast. I don't think that's a 2-hit KO. And I think my opponent just decided to forfeit there. Yeah, he timed out there. So we basically won that game. And if we look at it now, we're at 5.48. So basically getting 10 points again and getting to that ace trainer. This is basically still the same. We have a few more minutes. I was playing versus Rainier. I let up. Oh, hold up. I was playing versus Rainier. And yeah, I had Blissey. My Toxicroak can live a +2 Stone Edge from Kabutops with the EV spread I have on this. And yeah, Blissey will kind of wall anything. I keep wheezing for Scizor, so the matchup wasn't that bad for me. Unless he gets a good prediction. The Toxicroak was scary though. This Toxicroak was definitely scary. But yeah. Basically what happens, I lead off with Blissey, set up my Stealth Rock turn. When he goes Toxicroak, I get in my Umbreon. And I basically Life Orb stall. Because the Seismitoad was Life Orb, so I basically Life stall him. He did get up rocks. But yeah, Seismitoad is dead. Seismitoad is dead soon. And he doesn't really kill my Umbreon. I basically protect on everything. And here, he does go into his Toxicroak on my Umbreon. I get in my Gligar. And if he has Ice Punch, he has Ice Punch. Nothing I can do about it. But I don't know if I'm switching here. Yeah, I did swap into my Weezing there. And he just forfeited. Like, it was a really short game. My Blissey kind of walled Umbreon protected on this. Got out my Toxic Spikes. I had Style Rock up. And apparently his Toxic Rock wouldn't touch my Weezing. And I had Clear Smog. I was Clear Smogging his Swords Dances. Like, he was setting up to +6 or something. And then I just Clear Smogged his Swords Dances away and he forfeited. Which put me at... A battle wasn't that important. Basically got about 9 points from that one, and yeah, like we're ace trainer now. We're 27 minutes in. This battle, Night Devourer. Oh, this battle's actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna keep this battle for part 2. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, yeah, it's the beginning of the road to top 100. I will continue it soon once the meta is a bit more defined. But yeah, this is the first part. I'm gonna do this next part too. Like, it's a 2-hour video and now we're like 30 minutes in of this video. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. If you don't like it, dislike it. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are getting really close to that 3.3k. Maybe by the end of by the time this video is live, we already reached that goal. But yeah, the 3.5k before the end of the year, I think it's possible. Ideally 4k, but I don't think it's likely anymore. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely gonna try. And yeah, if you are interested in this team, I will leave a link to the PokePaste on Patreon. So check it out there. Link in the description. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.